Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of the Los Angeles Clippers MyNBA series here on NBA 2K24. Our Clippers have reached the All-Star break, but before we get into the festivities, we're going to take our third prospect scouting episode here in season number 1, just to kind of get you guys caught up with some of these small forwards that you'll see in this coming draft class, 3 in particular. So if you're excited for this one, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more basketball content. The first game of 2 that we're going to take a look at today is Indiana playing host to the Ohio State Buckeyes in the Big Ten. That's because we want to take a look at Indiana small forward Mackenzie Mgbako, number 21, as you can see here in the highlights. He is a two-way spot-up threat, 6'8", 210 pounds from the University of Indiana, the third best small forward in this draft class. Draft rank has him at 16 overall, and I think he is a very solid player. He played very good in this game, got off to a pretty hot start, able to lead Indiana to a victory. His strengths is he appears to have a knack for steals. He's a very good defender, which you'll see because one of his other strengths is he has lightning fast hands. So he's very pesky on the defensive side of the ball, and he can score, which he did in this game, drive to the basket. He's got pretty good eyes. And he can also hit the three with consistency, which he also did in this game. Shot very well in this win against Ohio State, 6 of 14 shooting, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, capped it off with that massive block and dunk right there. And he led Indiana to an 87-80 victory at home against their conference rivals. He's averaging 19.8 points per game this year, looking like an all Big Ten player, potentially an All-American, shooting 39% from 3 and 42% from the field. So Mackenzie Mgbako, the third best small forward. If you miss out on the first 2, I think he's a very good addition. If we had our mid pick this year, which unfortunately we don't, I think he's somebody that we could target. I do realize his name is misspelt, so I forgot the A in it. Some of these names in the draft class that I downloaded are mistyped. I don't know why, so I had to go back and fix all of them. But Mgbako is a good player. Now, where we're going to spend the majority of this episode is in the NBA G League. And yes, our Ontario Clippers are actually playing in this game. But we're not here to look at our G League team, despite the fact that we could use some help. We're here to look at 2 players in particular on the G League Ignite. We'll start off with the lesser of the 2, and I shouldn't say lesser because he's still a great player, and that's Matthias Buzelis, the two-way, 3-level threat. He is a small forward for the NBA G League Ignite, 6'10", 200 pounds. He is the second best small forward in this class, 10th best in the draft class overall prospect. That guy right there, is shooting to end this little frame. First quarter of play, made the three-pointer at the buzzer. Very solid player. Comes from a very basketball-heavy family. His mom, his dad, and his 2 grandfathers all played basketball over in Lithuania. He's born in Chicago. His parents immigrated to the United States before he was born. And he can get shots off quick without being run from him. So what I mean by that is he's very good at creating his own shot. I know I misspoke that, but he's very good at getting his own shot. You can see right here driving to the basket and finishing. He's also a very consistent rebounder. He is 6'10", which is pretty tall for a small forward, so he can get some boards. He actually had a double-double in this game in terms of 17 points and 11 rebounds. And he looks pretty smooth, generally speaking. He's quick. He's fleet-footed, which means he can cover a lot of different positions. So I think he is a very good player, Matthias Buzelis, overall. But he's not the number 1 small forward in this class, and that is the man you're seeing in most of these highlights. Number 0 for the G League Ignite, Ron Holland. He absolutely showed out in this game. He's listed as a two-way slasher. He's the number 1 small forward in the class, and honestly, he's the best prospect in this draft class, in my opinion. I know we haven't looked at all of them. I know he's only the 10th prospect that we've highlighted this season, but I mean, this guy's an animal. 6'8", 200 pounds for the NBA G League Ignite. Number 1 prospect overall. I mean, he was on fire this game. He basically did it all for the NBA G League Ignite, and they got the victory over our Ontario Clippers, 112-101 in the end. It was only an 11-point game, but actually it was more than that. So here's another 3-ball that falls for Ron Holland. So his 3 strengths he's listed is he can help out nicely right away, and I see that. Whoever has the number 1 pick, I believe, should take Ron Holland. Now, not all the mock drafts have them taking Ron Holland, but I think he would be a sensational fit. Look at it, just dunking over Saban Lee on our team. Just an absolute unit. Now, the team that has the number 1 pick right now would be the Brooklyn Nets. They are the worst team in the NBA, but they don't even own their first pick. It's actually owned by the Houston Rockets, so they've gotten some great talent the past couple years with Amen Thompson, Jalen Green, and they can add another one, Jabari Smith, in the form of Ron Holland if they get that number 1 pick, and that would be a deadly young core out there in Houston. Other strengths, he's a great on-ball defender. You saw it a couple times this game. He's got good hands. He can block some shots. It says he actually puts fear in the hearts of ball handlers. That is a pretty insane statement. It's looking at him taking the man isolation here, drive, step back at the free throw line and misses, but Buzelis gets the rebound. He's a very good shot creator, as I started to gas him up like LeVar Ball did that one time. Also very good at man defense. Says he's amazing at man defense, and he scored 38 points in this game, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, an incredible stat line from Ron Holland as he led his team to victory. But Buzelis also played good. You can see 7 for 12 from the field, 2 for 3 from 3, while Ron Holland made 50% of his shots, 15 for 30. Not afraid to also take the shot, which is also what you'd like to see. You know, shot 3 for 7 from the three-point line. Buzelis and Holland were the reason we watched this G League game, and they definitely showed out. Also, just a little side note, Saban Lee is on our G League team, and he's a guard, and he actually played pretty good in this game. So if we ever need some guard depth, we can always call up him. But back to the draft class, here is Matas Buzelis and Ron Holland, their little player cards. Also, let me know if you want to see some more G League action. I know we're a trash team this year, so I wouldn't mind maybe checking in with the team if necessary. But Ron Holland, number 1s across the board. Apparently, Sporting News has him the 4th best projection. I would disagree with that. I think he's easily the number 1, and that will do it for the 3 players in our episode today. Let me know in the comments your favorite of those 3. But next episode, we'll start to get into the All-Star festivities, and maybe I'll stream the dunk contest and the 3-point challenge as well as the game itself. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.